Hi, I'm Allison Purcell-Pike. Currently it's February 2020, and I'm the president of Alberta School Council Association. Today I have with me Brandi, the vice president of our association.
So Allison, I'm the school council chair at my school. And so in my e-news, I have just received that the resolution package has been posted to the website. And so if you're not receiving the e-news as a school council chair, please go to the Alberta School Councils Association website and sign up for that, because there's a lot of great information that is available for school council chairs to use. And so I've received this notification. I can go and I can look at the resolution package that's posted on the website. So what do I do now?
Yeah, it's really important, Brandi, that these resolutions are something that you discuss as a school council. Typically, they are posted to our website in February, and it's a great opportunity in February or March on your school council to add it to your agenda. And it's really important that you send these out to your membership ahead of time so that your school council parents have the opportunity to review it. In the resolutions, there's usually quite a big background to each of them. Not some of them have smaller backgrounds, but it's really important that parents have that opportunity to come informed when they're coming to vote at your school council meeting. So they have that opportunity to review it. And then as a school council chair, you'll guide a discussion with parents talking about each of the resolutions, and you'll talk about, have discussions about what's important to each of them. And then you'll do a vote on every single one of them. Or if your school council decides only to vote on some of them, that's fine as well.
Yeah.
But it's really important that you look at recording that vote at your school council so you know how each resolution was voted on at your school council. And it's also important to note that your school council has one vote as a whole. So all the parents collectively create that one vote.
Okay.
So recording that vote is important. And then what you're going to do is you're also going to vote on who's going to be representing and sending that vote in to Alberta School Council Association.
Okay.
So a delegate, yeah, and you're going to record that into your minutes of who's going to be submitting that response. So currently there's a survey on our website that a school council parent would go in and they would record what your votes were. So are you in support of that resolution, or does your school council disapprove of that resolution as it's worded? So it's about the intent of the resolution. So if there's formatting or grammar concerns, don't worry about those pieces. It's more about what the intent is, and is that something that your school council believes in?
Okay.
And you're going to record that vote.
Okay, and so you had mentioned that we would assign a delegate to record our votes and report those back to ASCA.
Yeah.
And so what if there was some sort of communication error at our council and we had 2 or even 3 parents go ahead and turn in our votes for our council? What happens then?
Absolutely, that's a great question, because we do get asked that often. And it's often about the, what about the integrity of this survey, and can somebody just go on and put in a ton of votes? And excuse me, that's not possible for them to do that. They can certainly go on to do that, but our office, they will check and they'll see duplicate entries, and then they will contact the school council chair. They'll see, and contact and confirm that who is supposed to be making that vote for the school council and representing. And then there's background ways that we ensure that it's only one vote per school council that is represented through ASCA.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And so what is the purpose of us doing a pre-vote? Because we also send our votes to the AGM, either in person or proxy. So what is the purpose of this pre-vote?
Yeah, so doing the pre-sort is an opportunity for us to block vote to what's called an omnibus, where we can take any of those resolutions that receive 60% or more of the vote, and we can clump them together, and then at the AGM would come forward as an omnibus, where the membership would vote on it as a whole of all these things, knowing that across the province, over 60% of the school councils voted in favor. So there's a high likelihood that that's going to pass without amendments needed to any of them. Sometimes at our AGMs, Brandi, we have, as you know, quite a few resolutions, and as our parents from across the province on school councils are getting so engaged in education, they're putting forward these resolutions, which is great for us to hear from. But we want to make sure that's an efficient process at our AGM, and this is a way for us to make sure that that's more efficient, and it's a great use of our parents' time when we know that they already support these issues. There isn't a need for us to debate them on the floor at the AGM when we know that they will probably most likely go forward. So at the AGM, then it is a typical vote where they have the parents, the school councils, and the delegates vote on each of those, and it's a 50% or more vote for those to pass.
Thank you. And so So you were talking about, we go to the AGM and we're going to vote on these resolutions. And so the resolutions that have came out into the package, there are different types of resolutions that councils are able to vote on. And so one is the school council sponsored resolution. And so school councils are the members of our association. And so they will be putting forward their resolutions, and it comes through a process to the office, and then it goes out to the packages. And then we have the opportunity to pre-vote and then final vote at the AGM. The board of directors, so we're a governance board, and we also put forward resolutions that we would like for our members to vote on and have a look at. And so the way that we create those resolutions is we hear from our members across the province about provincial issues that are happening in education that they believe an advocacy statement could be utilized for our organization. We also, because we are advocating at a provincial level, we're aware of the education climate and things that are coming up or things that are happening that could be impactful for parents and students. And so then we put forward those resolutions so that our members can look at those. Special resolutions are bylaw resolutions. And so those come forward. So if our board sees anything that we might need to adjust in our bylaws, we bring it, of course, to our membership to view and decide on. Administrative resolutions. So those are the policies that we already have. And so we can bring those back to the membership to reaffirm, rescind, or amend based on the current education needs that our students have. And then you had spoke about the omnibus, Allison. So there's 2 more resolutions that we have for our members. And so what about those?
Yeah, so the other 2 that I just want to quickly talk about is the emergent resolutions. So emergent resolution is something that might have happened in education that is important to parents on school councils across the province that happened after the deadline of the submission needed to be in for resolutions. And school council can certainly bring forward an emergent resolution, but it has to be, in order to get it on the order paper at the AGM, they have to receive 75% of the vote to get it onto the order paper. And then it would be treated as a regular resolution at that point in terms of having 50% to pass it. And then the other one is called an extraordinary resolution. And that is something that happens and comes out of the business that happens at the meeting. So at the AGM, there might be a resolution that happens that goes forward, and then something else a school council wants to bring forward regarding the business that happened at the meeting. So that's an extraordinary resolution. And that one as well requires 75% of the voting delegates, including the proxy vote carriers at the AGM that day. So those 2 resolutions do require 75% or more to get it on the order paper, but 50% to pass it.
Okay, thank you. And so we realize that's a lot of information about resolutions and some of the work that we do at the AGM. And so thank you for all of the time and energy that you put forward as members in this association to review and vote on these resolutions and put them forward from your school councils. And we look forward to seeing you at the AGM. Thank you.
Thanks.